Hey everybody, so I thought I'd do you a little bit of a sizzling Saturday night look. This is a bit of a rip-off of Jo Jones Full Face Friday, and it's really celebrating the joy of makeup. And since I had all my kit out from helping Caroline Barnes and all the 99 other makeup artists deliver sessions to NHS frontline staff, then I thought since I've got it out, I'm going to create a look for going to your kitchen on a Saturday night. You can see I've created this on one side of my face and not on the other. So this is what I did. This is by Huda Beauty, and I'm going to use a combination of these three quite glittery colours, and I'm going to blend it with a sort of soft smoky line. Because over in the I'm Back Facebook group, lots of you have been asking about how to do liner if you're older. Now, I'm 55, and there's a bit of a technique for doing liner if your eyes are sort of dropping slightly. I have done one other video on this, but this one's going to be slightly different. Now, I'm going to start with Rose Gold, which is this one, and I'm actually just going to put this on with my finger, and I've just got to look in the mirror here. I've put a bit of foundation on, and I'm just going to press this on my eyelid, like so. And the great thing about this Huda Beauty one is you get a lot of colour payoff. And you see that? And you can just be fairly generous with it, just really pressing it on to your eyelid. And because I had a bit of foundation on first, the eyelid was slightly tacky, which helps it adhere to it. I'm just going to blend that along a bit, and then I'm going to go for the more bronzy one, which is here, which is called Trust Fund, and I'm just going to blend that on the outer edges like this. And once I've done that, then I'm going to move into a matte shade, and I'm going to sculpt the socket line, because the thing is if your eyes are dropping, it's the combination of shine and matte that's going to help create dimension to the eyes. Now, there is a bit of a sort of story that if you have older eyes, you shouldn't wear anything shiny, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think if you put too much of it on, then it's going to flatten the area. But if you put it on in the right place, it can actually enhance it. And obviously what I'm doing tonight is to be a bit playful and a bit fun, a bit expressive, but you can tailor this and put as much matte on or even a tiny bit of shine if you like shine at all. But this is kind of a summery, fun cocktail look. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a brush like this one. This is a MAC one, I think, actually. The number's worn off, and I'm going to use a combination of these two matte shades, and I'm going to go into the socket line. And what this is going to do is just help blend the edges of where I've put on the metallic colour and just start softening it. Now, my left eye is a very different shape to my right. It comes down, it drops down a lot more here. So I have to play with that a bit and trick the socket line just to put a little bit more in this area and pull it up a little bit more in order for to balance the two eye shapes out, if that makes sense. And just always looking to the side and straight ahead to see where else you might need to put it to actually get it to blend properly. You can see there. Of course, I can't see very well in there because I haven't got my glasses on. Okay, so in the I'm Back Facebook group, which I run with Lisa Oxenham, loads of people, it's really funny, people always want to know how to put liner on, don't they? But black liner can be quite hard, so it doesn't really necessarily suit everybody. So what I'm going to do on this one is a little bit softer, but actually, because I was playing around with some makeup earlier, I'm just going to put a bit of concealer up here, because I can see a bit of a pink stain. Giveaway. Okay, so that's that, and then I'm going to put on actually a little bit of the gold, very bright one. And really this is about just playing with the light. So I'm putting it more around the lash line. Can you see that? I might put a little bit more on that one too. So when you turn your face, it just captures all the different tones. Right, a little bit bit more around there. Okay, so I think I'm nearly there on this bit. Okay, that's good. Now, here's the thing. With this look, if I put on a black eyeliner, I think it's going to be too hard with all of this. So what I'm going to do is, firstly, I'm going to use this brown Marc Jacobs liner. These are amazing. These are a gel liner, and they are, they seal. Once you put them on, they won't move. But I'm just going to run underneath into the lash line first, because I don't want this to be really hard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a angled brush like this, and I'm going to use really a combination of these two. And because it's a powder, it's going to be a lot softer. And the brush will do the work for you. And just start to pencil in, or shadow in rather, along the lash line. I'm trying to make it so my hand doesn't get in the way so you can see. Actually, you know, sometimes when people put on liner with a pen or a brush, if you have it in your hand like this, it can feel a bit awkward. But if you put it between your first finger and second finger and then apply it, you actually get a bit more flexibility. So I'm just going to bring this out. Now I'm going to have to smudge this up a bit on my eyes, because otherwise it's going to end up, the line's going to be too far down the eye area. Let's go back in. And you can just pull the eye out a bit, and then you can almost see how this is doing the work for me. You see that? Yeah. Now I'm not taking it far out, because if I do, then I'm going to have to go really quite far out in order for it to show. But I'm just really looking to create an upward tilt that gives a nod towards a liner, but isn't the graphic hard edge of a liner. So this is just a great way, if you're not great at doing line, you can't master it, and your eyelid does come down quite far. This is a way you can kind of play with that. I'm just going to get my concealer brush and sweep up there. So you can see that's just starting to take shape a little bit. Can you see? Like so. So it's a pretty simple look. Let's pull that in there a little bit, add a bit more brown. Like so. So it just really gives a nod to a liner rather than it being a full-on thing. You see that? What else can I tell you? What else has been going on this week? God, this week's been mad. I mean, mad in a good way. Lots of therapy sessions, which has been really lovely to help people. And lots of lives. Thank you for all of you who've joined Therapy Chat Live. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use mascara. This is just a Max Factor masterpiece. I have been using the Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home, which I love, but it's running out. And this masterpiece one is a really good budget mascara. Now the key is this. I'm going to make sure the tips of the eyelashes are really done. So you've got the bulk in the roots, but all the tips are coated. And at the outer corner, we're almost getting the tip to create bulk at the roots, and then make sure they're pushed upwards and inwards. So you get a bit of a tilt. You could put on individuals with this, but I don't really want to get that fiddly. But if you do love individuals, a couple of individuals on the end would be gorgeous. But I think you can also create it if you do this technique I'm saying. I'm using that little bobble on the end, which I've spoken about in another video, and just keep getting all of that upward tilt, yeah? Like so. And then I'm going to put, I've got no concealer underneath my eyes, but I'm going to put a little bit of shadow, tiny bit, I think, of the these two colours, but literally just a hint, like that. And I'm going to put quite a lot of mascara on the bottom lashes, and I'm going to conceal afterwards. So I want them to be quite chunky on the bottom, just to give it a bit more definition. Like that. To get my cocktail Saturday night sizzler going. Hilarious, right? Okay, now concealer. I've actually put on this foundation, which is Le Beige by Chanel, which I found in my kit and is actually gorgeous. It's been around ages. But let's just put on, whoops, I've got a bit of a smudge under my eye. Hang on a minute. Okay. I'm going to just buff this in all down the centre because I want it to be quite smooth looking. Like so. And then I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, but in a very strategic way and only a very small amount because I'm quite dark under my eyes, as you can see. I've got real blueness in there. You could use a colour corrector, but I haven't got one. So I'm going to go for the Tarte. And I might just actually do a tiny bit more on the eye. But I've got these two colours, so I'm mixing a very pale one and a medium, and I'm kind of custom blending a bit because the pale is too pale for me. What are we on? 11 minutes. I want to be quicker, don't I? So I'm actually going to use my little brush and just blend that in. And because of the silicones in it, it will dry down. Just see. And I have to just put, because I'm really dark in here, a bit more in this bit just here. Like so. I think that looks all right. That's a bit of smudge. So the key with that is to keep it really light, that Shape Tape. I know people really love it, and it is amazing. It is a fantastic concealer, but I think you just have to make sure the layers are really thin. And I'm going to use a creamy blush. Now this is from a really old Laura Mercier palette, which I'm not going to show you because it's not very pretty looking anymore, and it is really worn out. But if you use a bronzy kind of sun-kissed look, I'm celebrating the sunshine. How gorgeous has it been? So nice. Today, for a change and just to have a bit of fun and to celebrate the joy of makeup, I'll do a little makeup tutorial again. Now, as you can see, I'm taking this colour from where my ear is here down and just buffing it upwards. So it's super, super light. And then I'm going to use, this is by Code Beauty, and I don't know the name of it. I'm going to have to write it down. Anyone that's watched any of the other videos, you'll know that I can't see anything without my glasses. Nice beigey colour. I think that looks okay. Let me know, because I can't see very well in the phone. I can only see in my mirror here, which is 100 times magnification. You think I'm joking. So you see, so it's a mixture of the two tones, metallic and matte, and then a very soft smoky liner. So you get the look of a bit of a tilt, but without the hard line. Celebrating Saturday Night Sizzlers. Let me know what you think. I would love to get feedback. This channel's all about therapeutic tips and practical beauty. So we've done lots of therapy chat lives, and it seems I've got such lovely messages from people. But if you're not in the I'm Back group with me and Lisa Oxenham, come over there, because we're doing more of this together in there, because I've figured out a piece of software that we can live stream in there together again. Just after Facebook finally bring it back, to be able to go on with a friend. Anyway, what do you think? Hope you liked it, and I'll speak to you soon.